Hi, I'm Ryan Gill from Gill's Primitive Archery, and today we're going to learn a little bit about throwing the atlatl. Okay, let's cover a couple basics here. This is one of my palm wood throwers, and this is one of my 6-foot cane darts. The palm wood thrower, they all have spurs. This one's got a hardwood spur. My cane darts, I really like the 2 fletch on them. The spur goes into the nock end of the dart, and the fletchings lay flat. They don't try and lay like this or at an angle. You want to lay them as flat as I can. These shafts are spined to flex, and the weakest spine either faces up or down, and that's dictated by how I fletch them. So now how we're going to grip it, we keep enough tension on the nock end of the dart, and we get a good grip on the base of the thrower, and with our thumb and forefinger up, we lay the shaft on or in between the knuckles of the middle or ring finger, however it best fits for you. And then instead of reaching around and gripping over top of this, we pinch with our thumb and forefinger just enough that we can pull down and keep enough tension on this nock end. And we're going to hang on to this until about midway through our throw. Now there's a few different ways to throw the atlatl, but one thing that we really need to remember is this is a primitive weapon and there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just like shooting a bow, people across the world have used different techniques and been successful doing so. So if something doesn't feel right to you and you want to change it up and do something different, you can do that. What I'm going to do is show you what has worked well for me and has allowed me to become pretty accurate and throw a good hard throw. Okay, now we're going to work on our stance. We're going to stand about 45-degree angle away from the target we're throwing at. You don't want to be completely sideways, throw in this direction. You don't want to face your target straight on either. You can't get any twist or any power in your throw. I will discuss perhaps doing some soft throw where it is very much in front of your body. As of right now, we'll just do the average person's throw. We're going to put our weight on our back leg. We're just keeping the front leg is a little bit of balance. We're going to hold our shaft very relaxed, and it's going to be about eye level. And when we look at our target as if I'm throwing at the camera, we're going to use our peripheral and like our depth perception to basically point this shaft at the target. Now we're not going to look down it and actually sight down it, but it's the same as if you were to hold your finger out and not look down it, but hold it here to the side or below you, and you're still pointing it at the target where you want it to hit. Now just like in primitive archery, or any archery for that matter, we need to pick a very small spot, and we concentrate on that spot. We point the shaft at that spot, and we concentrate on it all the way through our throw until the dart hits the target. Okay, now that we've got our stance, weight on our back foot, thrower and dart is roughly eye level, looking at the target, 45-degree angle, give or take, whatever's comfortable. We're going to start from here, right in front of our body, to the side, about where your ear is maybe. We're not going to hold it back, and I'm going to explain why here in just a minute. We're going to start with it in front of us, and again, weight on the back foot, this is important. We're going to step forward and down, but this arm, we don't want to cock it back and throw it. I've seen a lot of that. You don't want to do that, because what's happening here is when you're looking at your target, and I'm looking at the camera right now, if you cock it back, this tip is no longer pointing where it needed to be. It is really, really difficult to try and pull this dart back, especially with any speed, and keep it pointed at the target. Likewise, if you're standing with it already cocked back, you could point it at the target, but when you step forward, the natural reaction for this dart is to go skyward. And what happens is when you throw it, the bottom often will come out from under it and it'll go sailing very high. So what we're going to do again, keeping it eye level, looking at the target, pick our spot. We're going to leave our arm here, and we're going to step ahead and leave our arm behind us, and it looks like this. This way, we can keep the point facing the target as we step forward. So once we step forward and our arm stays here, then, now that our arm is loaded, we can throw. Now to work on our release, when we let go of our thumb and forefinger, we don't let go right away, but you can't hang on to it too long or it's going to nosedive into the dirt. And it's going to take a little bit of practice and you're not going to get it right away. But as we're standing here in our stance, we take our step forward. As you throw, as soon as you get tension that's going to hold it on the spur, you can basically let go of this. Maybe just part way through your throw, let go, but keep the momentum forward will keep the atlatl for the dart on the thrower. Now when we throw, and stepping into it and actually twisting our body and getting a throw just like a pitcher would in baseball, we're not bringing the atlatl up and over. That's very easy to do. A lot of people newly throwing will throw, and as they let go, it goes up in the air. And you lose a fair amount of energy by doing that because you're focusing a lot of energy going up, and it pushes into the spine of the dart, and oftentimes results in the shaft nosediving because you're forcing the fletching end up into the air. Instead, we want to keep it on a straight line to the target, and we step down and our shoulder drops as the dart can continue a straight path towards the target as opposed to going up high. We're going to go straight. Okay, so now we understand the release and keeping the dart flat. And if we're standing looking at the camera as our target, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand off to the side a little bit so I'm not throwing into the camera. You can see as I step forward and my arm stays behind me that my shoulders and hips rotate into the throw. That's where the power comes from. It's not all in the arm, it's in the hips, the arm, and then the wrist as we flick it at the end. And also remember after the throw that we follow through. We don't stop. We follow through. So with the weight on our back foot, we step forward. This cocks our arm. We twist and throw. Well, there's the basics on how to throw the atlatl. Check out my website, www.gillsprimitivearchery.com. It's also going to be in the credits. It'll be in the info right here below the screen. I make all the throwers, all the darts myself. Probably got a lot of other videos under there that would be interesting to watch. So subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your atlatl throwing.